Hey everyone, how's it going? And welcome to another podcast. I'm here with Joey. Joey, say hi.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say we don't have Oscar, which I imagine you were just about to say. So
Yeah, Oscar's not here. He had some stuff to do, so you got Joey and I, and we'll be going over some different topics today. Before we get started, as always, if you guys are looking for Forcible singles or sealed product, click the link in the description below. They have singles still up from the new set, and pre-orders are up for both the next Forcible set as well as the Ghost in the Shell set. Those are both being released within like 2 weeks of each other. So make sure if you're interested in one of those to go and pre-order it to secure that pre-order. And I believe they also got in a stock of AO2 as well. If you didn't get a chance to get that, double check their site and see if they have that as well. But and make sure you make your purchase after clicking that link so they know we sent you over.
yeah,
So we've got a couple cool sort of news topics we'll go over here at the front. First, if you guys missed it, Eternia, the card game, is Kickstarter's going right now. Oscar was saying that they might have met their goal already. But if you went in on like all the exclusives and stuff like that to go on there, yeah. So definitely go and check that out because it looks super cool. I'll probably be looking at that a little bit later as well to see what to pledge. But they have some really cool tiers, especially at the like $100 and stuff. So definitely check that out. Also, if you missed it, I was gonna see how many days that's gonna be. Oh, it's gonna just end. I was gonna mention who I talked about on the news or weekly wrap up last time. Joe Crow doing his fundraiser for, or not necessarily a fundraiser, but help for treatment for his wife who got cancer. He's a fellow community member and stuff like that, and so he has a auction going on for his different Forcible cards. He has them set up in lots and everything like that. So if you guys are interested in that, if it's still going, I'm not sure if it is or not, check out the Facebook Forcible Marketplace and just search his name and take a bid on there if you want to help out with that. And he also had like a PayPal and stuff for donations, so definitely check that out if you guys are interested. He has a video on his YouTube channel as well going over that. But also, so Alternate Souls, that's the new card / figurine game that is coming out from Eiji, the guy who created Force of Will. And one interesting note is that he's going to be headed to Gamma to represent the game. So if you guys are there or around there, be sure to check that out. And he said
you were saying that's in Nevada, right?
Reno, yeah.
Reno, okay.
Yeah, and
So
he was also saying to if there's any local stores and stuff like that, to reach out to him so he can like set up getting product and everything like that for their Kickstarter launch. So make sure to contact him or Alternate Souls Facebook page and stuff like that to find out more info on that. Spoilers are still being shared pretty much daily for Alternate Souls as well, so make sure you follow the Alternate Souls Facebook page. And if you guys want to see us do weekly videos going over the spoilers like we do with Force of Will, let us know. And we might do that. I think we'll at least try a test video this week for that, because that could be pretty fun. And we'll also explain like what cards do in context of the game, since everyone's going to be sort of new and learning this together, so we can try and help you guys out with that.
we can butcher the rules super hard in the way the game plays.
Well, by the time this podcast comes out, there should be a cool tutorial video released by Alternate Souls, so you guys should have a general idea of how to play the game. So make sure to check out the tutorial video. I'm not sure where they're going to post it, but I'll be sure to share it around because I heard it's super cool.
I heard, yeah. I heard that too.
You heard that too?
I heard that too.
So one of the topics we wanted to talk about was Joey. Mr. Joey is going to be coming out to visit Oscar and I here in Texas, actually, over spring break, which is...
It's like a week and a half now.
Yeah, which is... well, yeah, I guess, because... Yeah. But, so obviously that's exciting for me, but for you guys, that should be exciting. Because Oscar wants to set aside time for us to record a bunch of like games and stuff. Now that we'll have Joey in physical person, we can make and play some different games and everything like that with us. So if there's any games, first off, you excited about that, Joey?
Yeah, pretty excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited to come over. Yeah, I'm kind of nervous because of the I'm all the whole coronavirus nonsense going around. And it's I should have booked this apparently a week ago because prices would have been way better than what I got it for. But anyways, but yeah, no, I'm definitely excited. I am, I'm not worried, but every time I convince myself not to worry, it's like wait a minute, maybe I should be worried. So yeah. But,
you're fine. Freaking wash your hands. You're gonna get to break in a brand new bed we got too, so you're gonna be all fancy.
Cool.
But is there anything you're wanting to play when you record games with us? Are you just wanting to play your Fuji deck, or are you doing a different deck? Do you want to do epic stories? What sort of stuff are you looking forward to?
Nothing in particular, really. I'll probably play the Fuji deck, but it will be kind of nice because maybe Oscar and I can get test games in, because we've been terrible with actually training for the Invite Ramen tournament and stuff, because Colin and Melissa, they always want to play games, and so we're always jumping on.
You like that? How he's it's not me, it's them. I can't say no to them.
You can't play games with 4 people. You can't play forceful games with 4 people. It definitely is them though, because it's very hard to say. It is hard to say no to if you guys are hey, let's all get on tonight. But no. But I am interested to I don't know, just play around. I'm interested to play in the tournament, which should be fun.
Yeah,
I think that's one of my most look forward to things right now. But.
Yeah, and also if there's anything you guys want to see us record while Joey's out here, be sure to let us know. Do you want to see Joey's Fuji deck, or do you want to see what other weird decks Joey can make and him play with that, or epic stories? We can do a 3 or 4 person epic stories game like we used to. And I may or may not have stuff to play alternate souls as well. Maybe we could do a little bit of that.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, let us know, guys, what you would like to see Joey play. But yeah, speaking of which, the Vite Ramen tournament is happening in Dallas here when you're out, which lined up really well. So yeah, you guys are training for that. And have you decided what deck, or are you still playing around to see what deck you're going to do for that?
I mean, I kind of decided to do Prisia if I actually get the practice in and stuff. I think Oscar and I looked at decks. I actually was thinking about different things about Fuji also that I might want to try. So I thought about other recreating Fuji, except in a completely different and new, taking them in a completely different and new area or direction, I should say. But yeah, so I thought about that, but I don't think we just haven't had time to test, and Oscar is at school, and he's super busy. So I haven't been able to put it together and really test anything out.
And ironically, I'm now also busy cleaning and stuff and getting ready for Joey coming out, so I don't have as much. I'm not gonna have as much time for if I was able to test with him and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I definitely am really excited. My default is probably just play Prisia.
Yeah, it'd be really fortuitous as well if my Kickstarter Vite Ramen came in during that week as well. But no, I mean, the Dallas guys are super cool, so I think it'll be fun no matter what, even if whether or not you're oh, do I do this deck or not, or maybe it'll be good or not. I think it'll still be a lot of fun hanging out with everyone over there. Maybe if they have time over, I always blank on WLTCG, I believe it's their YouTube. Hopefully that's not something else, but we'll see if they want to do something while we're out there as well. It would be a lot of fun. But it's going to be a whole cool thing, because we're making a road trip out of it, kind of, because it's still a 2-hour drive to Dallas. So I was saying okay, on the drive there, we'll stop by this like legit ramen place where you get like super cool ramen, and then we'll go and we'll play with the Dallas guys and maybe take a look around Dallas and finish it off with round table at the end of the day, and then drive back home. So it should be a lot of fun. So if anyone's out there at the Dallas event, let us know, because we could do some hitting out and stuff. Would be cool. But,
yeah. It's gonna be super. I like playing Vegas was like, it was fun and it was like competitive, but I did miss like going around and like having friends to like play. Be like, so what did you end up going? And and last time we did a tournament, it was like, oh, I went 1-2 or 1-3 or 0-4. I don't remember what you guys went.
Yeah, well, that was one thing I loved. Is like when Oscar and I and you would like also go to like say the Pokemon tournaments where none of us were really good at it, so it was just like, oh, what'd you go? I'm 0-3 or I'm 0 or 0-2 0-1-2 or whatever, and it's like, okay, so we're not seeing like how good we are, we're just seeing like, oh, who's gonna drop out first, and then we'll all just follow that person. Essentially, it was always still fun like doing that stuff together. It didn't matter if we're doing good or not.
Tournament though, because what wasn't that tournament like expanded format or something? Also,
Day 2 is expanded usually with Pokemon. I think they switched that since we left, but it used to be Day 2 was expanded. Day 1 was whatever Pokemon calls New Frontiers. Because there's one of those times I think where it's like Oscar and I dropped, but you were doing good. Kind of like good enough to stay in, or maybe
in Pokemon.
Yeah, or maybe it was Oscar that was doing good and you and I dropped.
Yeah, I was not doing good.
You refused to like branch out of like these weird niche decks that like.
No. I was creating really cool like cutting edge decks that I thought were gonna be really good, and people were just playing degenerate stuff like.
Well, yeah, we were in the Seismitoad format, and we were off the tail end of Seismitoad Garbodor as well. No,
they were playing Blastoise and like Keldeo.
Keldeo Blastoise. I remember that. Yeah. Hey, I mean, you stopped playing.
Which I'm pretty sure that was like what?
I think you stopped playing before the Shaman Loop though, which was the actual degenerate stuff.
Anyways, Pokemon I really disliked because it's like they had their like hand. First of all, you just don't get to play during their turn, so they're like, oh, trainer, just Ultra Ball, and then I just drew my hand, and then I kill you, and it's like, well, that's stupid.
Well, yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
But I also kind of I like that sort of once in a while because it's a little bit more chill, and I can actually collect my thoughts.
It's just playing solitaire. That's all the game is.
They've done some different stuff since then, but it's definitely based on preferences and stuff like that. I like both types of game themes. I forget what I think Oscar's like not maybe a little bit half and half as well. I can't remember what Oscar's final verdict was, but yeah, no.
Anyways, what are you planning on running, Colin?
I already said my machines. I just can't buy the cards to make any other deck really, but I also am most familiar with machines, so it's best since I don't have a lot of time to practice. It's best for me to just stick with something that I know. Not new machines, not Maribel, the old machines. Oscar's going to be building the Maribel machines deck though, so when he's over, we'll try and film a old versus new machines, see how that fares and stuff like that. Will be fun. But yeah, I mean, I'm updating my old machines deck with new machine cards, but not too many, just enough to breach it over. It's hard to figure out what to watch out for because all these big events, the GPs, or I guess there's only one GP. There's one other big event I feel like, but just the lining up of it, it's hard to tell what the format will actually be. The Vegas happened the week of the set releasing. So you have a combination of people not knowing what might or might not be good because it's not enough testing time, but also people not having access to cards to build new decks, and so it's just hard to predict what the format will be. So I can be like, oh yeah, machines, it's doing good against Prisha maybe, or this deck, and then I go and just everyone's running this other deck that annihilates my deck, and it's like, oh well, I was feeling kind of good going into this.
Well, that's why I'm iffy about playing Prisha too, because like it's like, oh, Prisha was like the top deck and had like 3 out of 4 people get into top 8, but it's like, okay, well, you know, now people are going to be maybe teching against Prisha, and on top of that, you know, people are saying like, oh, she's just aggro, she's actually not actually good, and like, and she's bad, and like Valentina is like the best deck apparently, and all this like stuff is kind of like hearsay, and it's like, oh well, you know, this, you know, Rosefield said this, and then this other really good player said this, and you know, all that jazz. So it's like, but at the end of the day, like I played against Prisha, and I was like very impressed by the like insaneness that she was able to do. So I'm like, well, that, you know, that I feel like that was the scariest deck that I played. So maybe, you know, that's why I'm kind of thinking about doing that, especially because it does really well against a couple of decks that I really like. It does really well against a couple of decks that I feel like I personally struggle with like Adam, you know, since I feel like since Prisha has don't cheat and stuff, it's really nice to be able to counter their Yokai Festival and stuff. And so if you can do that and not get like Kage countered in response, which you should be able to, because they should be tapping out for that. Like it's really nice that you're able to, that it's able to combat Adam and that stuff. So
yeah,
that's one of the reasons I've been thinking about doing. But yeah, and like I like the idea of Prisha, because like it really does have a lot of like different cool stuff with like don't cheat, like don't cheat with your Regalia out is like still like a 1 cost cancel kind of. It has like different kind of barrier stuff where you can give your 4 Sacred Beasts like barrier if you have everything, all of the 4 Sacred Beasts, which is like probably won't happen, but it's also aggro and it draws a lot of cards, and I really like the super beast burning rush and the regular burning rush. I don't know, it's like regular burning rush is like 1 will after you get 3 friendship counters, and it gives like +10/+10, and that to me was like insane. So I think there's a lot that it has going on. And even if there is like a super good control deck, I feel like it's still going to be solid. And yeah. So that's, you know, those are my reasons for still thinking about going Prisha. Like that's probably what I'll end up just running.
That's cool. Yeah, it definitely feels like really high up there and strong. I'll be curious. So well, let's see if that's reflected as well, because one topic that was here was card values and reflecting on some sets that have had time to settle, that Oscar put. So, well, should we start? Let's start with this newest set.
I'm gonna let you do all the heavy lifting.
Yes, this would be easy. So. I'm curious what cards are the more expensive ones from singles.
Wait. Can I guess?
Yeah, because this will also be an indication of what people find really good. So not looking at forwards. Let's look at what the top 5 most expensive cards are. So
hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on.
I just said go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know about top 1. Is Don't Cheat in the top 5?
Is Don't Cheat in the top 5. Hold on. Wait, what the heck? Sorry, 1 sec. That was the weirdest thing ever. 2, 3, 4. Yes, Don't Cheat is in the top 5.
Okay.
And how much do you think Joe... Well, okay, no, go ahead. We'll do that.
I'd say it's probably going for like 20
right
now.
Well, I'll reply to that. So the non-full art of Don't Cheat is going for 10.
The non-full art?
Yeah.
Okay. That's still... Because I thought Severing Winds were going for like 20 or something.
I think...
In their heyday. I
think it's closer to like 16, but yeah.
Okay. That's around where I was trying to price my points.
Yeah.
Is Priscia like her actual ruler in the top 10? No.
The rulers don't come in booster packs.
Right. Duh. Okay. Was Maribel in the set or was she...
Yeah, she was in the set.
Okay, she's probably another top 5.
Yes, she is $9.
Okay, is Machina in the top 5?
No.
Because he came in the set too, right?
No, he's a box topper, so everyone has Machina.
Sorry for the coughing, guys. Okay. Is a lot of Priscia's stuff was in her deck.
Would you consider Don't Cheat a Priscia card?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like it's obviously flexible enough to where that's why it's probably so expensive.
For sure, one Priscia card in top 5.
One Maribel. Oh boy. Is the Swiftness machine card on there? It's like something like it's the green white. It's like something of the Emperor. I don't remember.
No.
No, it's not.
No.
Okay. All right, I give up.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah, I'm fine.
All right. So number 5 was Maribel Type 0. 4 was Don't Cheat. 3 is Super Beast Burning Rush, which is $10 as well. So that's 2 Priscia cards. 3 or that was 3. 5, 4, 3. So number 2 is Huainlan. Also a Priscia card, so that's $10. Yeah. And then number 1 is for $20 is Secret Hot Spring of Sisay, which is also a Priscia card.
But I thought those were all in the Priscia starter deck, weren't they?
No. None of those.
No. So what was in the Priscia starter deck?
I don't remember, man. So there's a lot of crappy reprints. I remember that.
Well, I definitely would have guessed that, except I thought since they were all on the starter deck, I thought they were all going to be like cheap because they're all in the starter deck. It doesn't make any sense that they. I mean, I guess it did if there was like not a lot of stock left. Yeah. But anyways, so yeah, I'm definitely not surprised. Hot Spring is like one,
and it's $20 as well. Yeah, which is crazy.
Pretty broken.
So four of the top 5 is a Priscia card, which I found super interesting.
Maybe I won't. Yeah, maybe I won't on Priscia because Oscar said he should have everything, but I think
does he? I don't think he does. Actually, he might. He actually got a lot of play sets.
He was showing me, and I remember he was like, yeah, so I've got 3 of these, and I've got 2 of these, and I got 3 of these, but I only have 3 of like these, which might have been Hot Springs. I don't know. And I think was...
Keep in mind, those quantities are after opening a pre-release kit and 2 boxes.
Yeah.
And he still doesn't have a play set of everything.
Yeah, and which is funny because like if he had 3 Hot Springs, it's like that deck needs to run 4. Like
yeah,
it's good, but you
could with a Priscia deck you could end up in a position like, oh cool, I'm only short 3 cards. That's $70.
Yeah, exactly. That too. I mean,
well, I get 4 cards. It would need to be 4 cards, but yeah. So going back to Alice Origin 1, do you even remember the cards in this set? Probably not.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Do you think you could guess top 5? I couldn't. I can tell you now.
Did it settle to...
I'll tell you this. It's settled to the most expensive card is $12 now, which is, still high, but it's better. I would not have guessed any of these. I'll be honest.
Is Raise
Light Raise? Light of Raise and Revive? Yes, that is one of them. The non-full art is $12.
Is that top or is that?
That is the
number.
Well, it's basically like tied in for top 2. The full art of it is $30. In case you're curious.
Yeah, that card's is. Sorry. Did the edition come out in that set? No, I don't think it did. The one cost remove
Oh. It did, but that's not in the top 5.
Oh, it's not top 5?
No.
Interesting. Is Regalia Break top 5? I don't think it would be.
No, hold on. Let me make sure I count this right.
It's
1,
a popular card,
2,
but
3, 4. Okay. Yeah. No, it's not top 5.
Okay.
5.
What about God, I can't think of any other cards that are like seeing super like a lot of play.
Well, number 5 I thought was weird. It's Vala, the Bewildering Mage, and that's $5.
What does Vala do?
It's this card may not be banished as a cost to play a spell or ability. Enter, switch the control of this card and target resonate your opponent controls.
Wow, yeah, that is a weird card. Are any of them strangers?
No, I've noticed that strangers usually aren't in the high one. Full art strangers are, but regular strangers are not.
Okay. So Raise and Revive.
Revive is
tied.
top 2.
What would it be tied with? It wouldn't be like Bloody Break or anything, right?
No, I was surprised by this one as well. That it's the tied for top 1.
Okay, I give up.
Well, okay, so 4 is Opening the Red Eyes, which is $6. 3 is Izanami.
Wait. Izanami. Okay, got it.
The God of Life, which is $8.
Yeah.
Basically $9. And then tied for 2 and 1, like we said, was Light of Raise and Revive and Athena, the Guardian of Blaze. Which I thought was interesting. So you can see a couple of them sold at $12 and everything else is $6 and under. So with the exception of those two $12 ones, the previous set seems to have settled a little bit better on the secondary market.
Yeah, that's definitely not terrible.
I have no idea. Oscar pitched this, by the way. I have no idea what his criteria of what sets he wanted us to look at. So the last one I'll just look at, because this will be the most interesting one, is Decisive Battle of Valhalla.
Yeah. I think I can name all of those.
Otherwise known as the shit show set.
Okay, hold on. Sorry, guys.
Joey's doing that. We'll do two. I'll let Joey know. We'll do 2 separate categories. One for forward and one for non-forward.
So much trouble.
Because this is
sorry,
interesting.
Colin. Could you repeat that?
Oh yeah, I was just talking generally. We'll do 2 categories for this one because I find it fascinating how it looks like almost completely different cards. No, not completely, but some of them are top 5 cards and then top 5 full art cards.
I don't care about full art cards.
I care because the prices go pretty high. But
I feel like this is more indicative of like what decks and stuff are doing.
Well, I think full art versus non is more indicative of like full art is like player favorite cards and decks versus competitive decks, which is the non-full arts.
Maybe. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna guess number 1 is Dark Alice.
Number 1 non-full art?
Yeah.
Yes, you are correct. That
number.
Do you want me? You want to hear the price of it, or do you want to guess?
25.
Well, it's a little hard to tell. There's only 2 sellers right now. 2 sellers. One has 1 card, and that seller's selling it for $35. The other one has 3 cards, and they're selling them for $50 each.
Wow, that is insane.
Yep.
That is actually pretty crazy.
It is.
Okay, 2, I'm going to guess, is Kaguya?
2 is not Kaguya.
Is Kaguya in top 5?
That's what I'm checking right now. No, she is not. Oh, that's interesting. I don't even
is 2 Zeus Alice?
Oh, I'm sorry. Zeus Alice was the first one.
Oh, Zeus Alice is first?
It's the $30 and $50 one. I'm sorry. I totally... You know what? Dark Alice is probably higher than it. I think Dark Alice is just sold out. Straight up. Let me go to the last page. Yeah, Dark Alice is completely sold out. Last time it was on the market, it was $25. So that is probably at least $50.
Yeah. Okay, so Dark Alice, Zeus Alice. Third is Perfect Loki third?
Perfect Loki is not third or in the top 5.
He's not top 5 either. Oh, man,
Sorry for my fan if that's loud, guys, by the way.
Yeah. Is Isis in the top 5?
Yes, so. Isis is.
She is. Oh. What about Nyar? Is Nyar in the top 5? Oh, I didn't think Isis and Nyar would be.
Do you have a guess for their placements?
Third is they're both super rares, right? Third is Isis, I think.
Nope.
No, third is Nyar.
Nope.
Oh, fourth is Isis.
Nope.
Fifth is Isis.
Fifth is Isis. For $15 to give you a range there.
That's pretty good.
Fourth is Nyara at $16.
So what's third then?
Third is.
Hold on. Oh, is it Adam? No. Walking in the no.
No. You're in the wrong color group.
What color is it?
Green black.
This is like 20 questions. Green black?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Athena.
Yep. Athena, deity of harvest and corruption, is $27.
That was too.
One seller is selling that for $27, and then the second seller, there's only 2 sellers as well, is selling them for $45 each.
I'm really surprised.
Yeah. So that's that. And assuming I didn't miss any others that are sold out as well, it's kind of hard to tell. For the full arts, this is also hard to tell because when I went and looked at the sold out, there's also some full arts that are sold out. But I'll just go over the. Or do you have any guesses, or do you want me just to
No.
1, 2. Okay, so first place obviously is Dark Alice. Zeus Alice is sold out. That's the one that is sold out. So that might be up here as well. But Dark Alice for between $85 and $100 for that. Full art. Second place is full art of Athenia, about $57. Third place is Arthur, about $40. Fourth place is Nyarlathotep, about $24, and fifth place is Isis at $22.
Yeah, that's not too different, but.
Oh wait, no, Kaguya full art is $50 for some reason, even though there's promos of it. Weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm not gonna lie. I feel like that set is more. Those prices are more based around rarity and like scarcity instead of like where they actually possibly should be. But
it's hard to tell because of stuff being out of stock, but it's a general idea, and
right.
It gives you a good idea of like how much how crazy that set ended up becoming for all the people who are like no it's fine, scarcity or whatever. Like you could definitely be way too scarce with a product, and this is a perfect example. There's just way too many staples in this that are way too expensive, which is pretty daunting, but it is at least heartening that some of the cards are coming out in those Uber promo version, which is really cool. Which we actually saw a video of it. They aren't textured, which is a little disappointing, but the upside of it is the characters are matte and the background is completely blank and just a bright foil coming through, so it's a very unique Uber look that we've never gotten before, so that's kind of cool. It almost looks like a mirror because of the color scheme being used. So at least we'll get some of these cards in some fashion. But what are your overall thoughts on the secondary market? Both, obviously, DBV is a little bit of a weird outlier, but especially with a Alice Origin cluster so far.
Yeah, that's Decisive Battle is pretty ugly. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the reason that I didn't like Magic and all that stuff is like having to buy a playset for even like $40. I feel like is always like I always get tripped out by it. It's like, man, $40 is like 4 cards. It's 10% of my deck. So what am I gonna like pay? Like $400 for 100% of my deck? Like that's, I don't know. Just thoughts like that where it's like I feel like $10 is maybe okay. It's just I don't know. I feel it feels so expensive. If I pay like over like $80 for a deck, which I feel like is reasonable, that's a point where I'm like, I don't want to put together like like a deck like this, and so that's why I feel like Alice Origins 1 and 2 has pretty okay prices. Honestly, like, you know, the top 5 being like $10 to $16 is better, I guess. But yeah.
Yeah, it's set 1. I feel like settled a lot better than I was hoping. For whatever reason that might be, I'm hoping this new set does, because the new set still I feel like is a little bit too high for her. Well, I guess really mainly if you're a Prisha player, it's a bit too high. if you play other decks, it might be more manageable.
But it's just like, I would never pay $20 for a playset. I would never play $20 each of a playset of cards. So some of these things.
So you mean $80 total?
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say $20 for a playset. You're just being a little cheap, Joe.
No. I was. Yeah, I was trying to say each, like $20. But yeah, it's just like $80 for a playset is insane. Like, yeah,
there are some cards.
I always hated that with card games.
Yeah, like at least with there. I mean, there's a couple exceptions, but the Pokemon had that a little bit. But there was a lot of cards in it that you'd like pay a bunch of money for, and they're like vanilla staples that could be transferred to any deck you wanted to build. So it would save you money on other decks and stuff like this. Whereas, especially with dual color cards, it's specifically like it can only go in this specific, and how tribal this is. It's only specific types of decks. So if you're like someone who likes building like multiple decks, it's definitely a lot harder or difficult for now, at least. If each set settles like AO1, though, after rotation happens and DBV goes away, I think we'll be in a much better spot overall on the secondary market.
Yeah, DBV is just like insane. I don't think I would ever buy, and especially with how prevalent and strong those cards are. Like Alice sees so much like flexibility in so much stuff. I don't know. It's just crazy. Like I feel like the stuff in Alice Origins 2 should definitely drop down to a more reasonable price. So like that'll be nice, I feel like. But yeah, no, I liked where Force Will was when I was playing. I never felt like the cards were like too expensive or anything.
Yeah, the only money ones used to be the rulers, which the popular ones could get up to $20, but you only need one of those.
And I don't care if I have to pay like $15 for a ruler or $20 for a ruler, because I'm only buying them once.
And rulers are versatile.
But it's definitely interesting seeing what's most popular and what's selling the hottest. Like definitely reflects kind of what the strong decks right now and stuff.
Yeah, and I'll be curious how the secondary market works with the upcoming in May here, when we have Ghost in the Shell come out, and then 2 weeks later AO3 comes out. Because is that going to affect how many people are buying boxes, and as such, or how many boxes are being bought in total? There's already people talking about how they're only buying one or the other. I know I'll be putting pretty much any extra money I have into Ghost in the Shell out of the two sets, assuming spoilers come out and they're all halfway decent and not just they don't Vingolf to it or anything like that. But and so I'll be curious how that affects the secondary market, where one of those sets have more expensive singles because everyone bought that set, or will both the sets have sort of like mingling both booster box sales and single sales, because no one could really. A lot of people have basically monthly budgets they spend on TCG, so like this would very clearly affect, I think, a decent amount of people. But that'll be very interesting, especially that's going to be a wild month for like. Locals, or if any tournaments happen, of like the format literally changing completely with Ghost in the Shell coming out, and then that format completely changing again 2 weeks after that, and all that. It's going to be kind of wild.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty excited for Reflector Frame in Alice Origins 3 and getting blue-red stuff.
Blue-red.
Yeah. Well, because like I feel like Reflector Frame could, like, I don't know what they're gonna be, but I'll probably want to end up playing them, especially because like I like the color idea. I like the color identities of blue and red a lot. So
yeah.
So I'll be pretty excited about those.
Well, and blue-red is going to be definitely an interesting playstyle because usually that's like the control identity and the like burn aggression identity. So that'll be. I hope they come up with some interesting, flavorful cards that sort of hybrid both of those together. But yeah, let me pull up here. And we'll skip to. So our last thing we'll talk about is predictions and theories based on the teaser poster for AO3.
It's gonna get really bright.
So let me real quick pull that up. Do you have it, Joey, or do you need to pull it up?
Give me a second.
So if you guys missed it, the teaser poster was released. You know how they often do these teaser posters. The new teaser posters are, obviously just art from the set. But this one right here came out, and so there's a couple things, interesting things. First, before we go into like theories and stuff like that, it might be a typo or it could be something else, but it says booster box and star decks available May 2020. And last we heard, there was not going to be any star decks for this. They were going to merge the star decks into the booster box and have the box topper be a random one of the 3 rulers, which I talked about how like much of a better idea and structure that was going forward. So I'm curious what this is. If it's just a typo that their marketing team just did the copy paste format for the poster and didn't realize it, or if they last minute changed their plan, which I don't think you could do. Well, I guess we got 2 months, so maybe there's enough time to do that. But I'm curious on that. What are your thoughts on that, Joey?
I was kind of blanking out. I was really trying to find it. Yeah, sorry. My thoughts are that I need to hear your spiel again.
I was just saying, what are your thoughts on the text that says booster and star decks available May 2020? Do you think it's a typo, or are they pivoting plans to having star decks again? Like, what do you think's going on there?
Sorry, it said booster boxes
and star decks available May 2020. But last we heard, star decks are not coming out for this set. They're going to be merged inside of the booster box itself.
Why did we hear that? Where did we hear that?
We heard it from different announcements in the product listing page and stuff like that from Force of Will.
I don't know. I feel like it's just a typo, or I don't know.
Typo.
No, I feel no. Hold on, no. Let me walk that back. I feel like there's going to be starter decks available because they had starter decks available for the last 2 sets. So I feel like they're just going to continue releasing starter decks for each set.
Yeah.
Like, I don't trust wherever we heard that information or the card list.
The Forceful website.
Yeah, I don't trust the Forceful website. No, because it makes more sense to me that we're gonna get starter decks than we're not gonna get starter decks, because that's what they've been giving us.
Yeah. So going into the art itself, on the forefront, obviously we have Reflect Refrain, which is blue-red. As far as we can tell, it's probably blue-red. And one thing I thought was interesting is above that we have 2 dragons serpentine around their necks, and one's blue and one's red. So does that mean Reflect Refrain are going to be related to dragons in some fashion? Like they're going to summon
I'm pretty
dragons?
sure we saw those dragons. Like, I haven't done any research about them at all, but I could have swore that we saw those same dragons. Now I have to look it up. I definitely think they're dragons with Reflect Refrain. But yeah, they look super cool.
And we got Scheherazade coming back, which is interesting. Obviously, so the rulers, I believe, are Reflect Refrain, Arla, and
and Sherry.
Why am I blanking on his name? The third. Rezard. Are the 3 rulers that are going to be it. So all these others are like resonators or something of some fashion. So maybe they're introducing them into the cards and then maybe being a ruler. But we got Scheherazade, and we also got Melgus, which was super interesting seeing Melgus there, because I don't even remember Melgus being around in this time period we're at. I thought this was where Dracula was and Melgus was later. I don't know.
No. Melgus was...
Was he around when Dracula was around?
No, Dracula was like way earlier, but Dracula wasn't around when these guys were around either.
Yeah, I'm super confused on timeline stuff. But
So like Dracula was around with oh my gosh, with Red Riding Hood and Nyarlathotep, and like Shahrazad back in the day, and but like once Alice Cluster happened, because Mikage was in Lapis Cluster, and I think that they've delved enough into Lapis Cluster stuff that they're bringing, because they had.
Oh, was I calling Mikage Melgus? I might have been.
No. What are you?
I might have. I was just thinking about it.
Yeah, I wasn't paying.
But you know
no
what
attention.
I meant.
But yeah. But yeah, so Mikage definitely makes sense. I feel like around here. Like I wouldn't say he doesn't make sense, but
it looks like Rezard also is could potentially be black green, because he's going to be black, but I noticed his armor has a lot of green accents in it. There's a separate picture of him, I believe, that you can see more green in it. So that would be black green. I feel like was always a really strong color combination, though. So that would be interesting to see.
Yeah, I feel like Oscar was telling us what thoughts were. I'm pretty sure Arla. I think they talked about he was going to be the green white, right?
Maybe. I don't remember.
Which is super weird, because why is Mikage behind Arla? That's what's kind of tripping me out. Like, and where does Sherry come into all this?
Yeah, Sherry. Well, isn't she always just kind of there doing story stuff? But
I don't know. But my point is that she has been like a ruler most of. I don't even know if she was ever a card.
Yeah, she's been a card.
Is she? Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, for sure, at least in Vingo 3, right? I could be wrong. But, yeah.
I don't remember enough.
I usually like when they do these sort of bigger characters as resonators and stuff, because they usually have really cool, unique effects. Because it's like, oh, this is the, top build actor, so they get all this cool stuff. So I'll be interested to see what those abilities are. I'm super interested in the dragons, though. I love dragon art and cards in general, so I'm always excited to see that, and it could potentially be backdoor support for your Fuji deck too.
I hope so,
because red and blue is colors.
I'm looking at twin-headed dragon.
Twin-headed dragon
right now
doesn't look like that.
Yeah, I know, but
I have like twin-headed dragon like fused into my brain from playing it so much.
Maybe they're like going to fuse into twin-headed dragon.
Yeah.
Anyways,
any other thoughts on the poster though?
No, just that the layout is super weird. It's almost to the point where I feel like we're gonna have 3 rulers. Like Sherry's gonna be a ruler or something.
We are getting 3 rulers. It's Arla, Rezard, and
4.
Oh, that'd be too much for the amount of cards we get. That's too many rulers.
Yeah, I know, but it's just such a weird layout. Like, okay, so what? Sherry is green-white and goes with... No, Sherry would be green-black, though, I feel like, because she had her stories.
Yeah, that would go with the Rezard being green-black.
Right. But then, like, Mikage would be green-black also. Like, there's no way he's green-white. That doesn't fit him at all.
Yeah.
And then whoever this guy is in the upper left corner is probably green-white, and then the dragons are red-blue. But then why is like Rezard getting 2 resonators represented? I don't know. It's super weird.
Yeah,
obviously.
We'll
that's
see.
why I have a hunch that all 4 of them are going to be rulers.
Yeah. But yeah, let us know what you guys think as well. If you have any predictions based on the poster or thoughts and all that good stuff. But yeah, we'll sort of wrap it up there. Hopefully Oscar will be back next week, and we're going to go over and do the Patreon podcast. We're going to be talking about epic stories a little bit. So if you want to hear that, join us over at patreon.com/TCGScrubs. And thanks guys for listening. We'll see you guys next week.
Yep. See you next week.